The schlec Islands. Creation and growth. The Civil War in Australia was won by the rebels, and Australia was reconquered by a new government that decided they needed more land. New Australia moved to conquer New Zealand and the Oceanic Islands, but Australia needed more. New Australia, apparently, still angry about being cast out, menacingly sailed their navy to the United Kingdom and politely asked the UK for all their land. The UK, overwhelmed by the politeness of the Australians, agreed to give almost all their land to the Australians. The Irish people of Greenland decided they didn't want to live in a place that Great Britain wasn't in, and gave all their land to New Australia. New Australia, realizing it was no longer just Australia, changed its name to the schlem Islands. Our architecture in our empire is inspired by British design. We encourage education to all people in our empire and provide university grounds like the ones pictured in the middle. We also have structures such as statues that symbolize peace and equality. Our British architecture influence shows our empire's history and strength. Economic systems. Most trade routes are sea routes, considering that all of our land is on the ocean. Trade routes occur in all of islands from our allies such as the United States of America, Canada, Mexico, Egypt, and South America. Trades include foodstuff, wood, silk, oil, coffee, metal, and plastic. This is a capitalist society, and taxes are required to provide health care and education for all. Strong belief of equality among all inhabitants, free health care, free education, and equal pay between all genders are some of the social structures that we have. All people attend school with an 88% high school graduation rate and an 80% university attendance rate. Social classes are not common within our empire, but do occur sometimes. Every new mother and father gets 2 weeks of paid maternity leave. Since resources are available within the boundaries of our empire, unification naturally came about between the regions. The dependence on goods from various areas of the empire brings together the people of the empire. The schlem Islands are under the uniform currency of the euro, and English is the official language. Our empire is led by a parliamentary monarchy influenced by the government systems in place in modern-day Great Britain. It consists of 2 queens, Brenna and Caitlin, who have limited input over political matters. The empire is also led by Parliament, led by an elected Prime Minister, who receives input from other houses, the House of Lords and House of Commons. Legacies. The legacies of the schlem Islands are equality for all, preservation of nature and protection of ecosystems, promotions of arts and theaters, and promotions of intellect and literacy. Refugees. The schlem Islands will take in millions of refugees that are fleeing from Syria and other war-torn countries. We will set up a thorough but efficient screening process that will take no more than 2 weeks to perform for each person. We recognize that the refugees need a place to stay, but we also acknowledge that our people need to be safe and protected. Hunger. Although poverty levels are low throughout the schlem Islands, various parts of the empire still deal with hunger issues. Because citizens are taught at a young age to help and respect others, initiatives have been taken to combat the hunger crisis. Working on legislation that would allow these who are struggling with hunger with a certain income to be given discounts at grocery stores until they are able to support themselves and buy food at full price. A possible downfall. Failure of leadership and inability of the empire to produce select rulers capable of maintaining imperial structures. Our empire is led by a prime minister elected by the people. If his or her leadership were to fall, the 2 queens would take over until the election of a new prime minister took place. The queens are a fallback in case something were to happen concerning the liability of the prime minister.